I just wanna go.
Done it again. It's not that I don't want to wear my wedding ring. No. I had a shower and then like I just wanted to.
Just like every other person in the world that wears a wedding ring.
Hada. Okay.
So in 2018, it was James's
25th
birthday, but it was an important birthday, and I, in my head, was surprising him. We knew we were going. We both. We knew we were going. We both. We were going to Dubai on holiday, but in my head, I was surprising him with staying at Atlantis because he absolutely
it's the best place on earth.
So I did this whole big reveal.
It's Atlantis the palm, but I know we're.
This actor.
Yeah, because I also was planning my own thing from 2017. All around this time, I was planning to propose to Kayon. So I did the rounds, you know, asking for permission and all that stuff. Obviously, is it recording?
Yeah.
Obviously, nobody was like, oh, I'm not sure. Everybody was like, do your thing, G. You're like the best son-in-law that I could ask for. So when she then said to me that I was going to Atlantis, I already knew. Because her dad told me, because I was planning to propose to her in Atlantis. So me and her dad were working it out. So I had to pretend like I was gassed.
Up to this
Don't
day.
get twisted. I was gassed. I was gassed.
No,
but
we actually had an argument about this because he was like, hang on. I was really upset that he took that moment away from me to surprise him.
I mean, this is what I'm saying.
Birthday.
So I took that moment away from you, but you got a ring out of it. Actually,
but that just goes to show how much we like to do, like to do nice things for each other. Like really, up to this day, I'm thinking, okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna get you.
No,
back.
you're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me. So
he proposed in Dubai at Oceano's Atlantis. Going for dinner at Oceano tonight. Very excited. Look at him.
Listen, no, they better have some good food here. You know, I'll be honest with you.
It was very posh.
It was
very
like posh. And then I'm very sure that the waiter set me up to be sick because he gave us a juice thing that's meant to cleanse your palate. I am so sure I heard him say, don't bite down. But now, when I've watched videos, you're meant to bite down. So I thought you're meant to put the whole thing in your mouth and swallow it. It was a wedge. So I went like that. Like I tried to put it right to the back. And you know you're in a posh restaurant and I know I'm already nervous. So it ain't going to take much. My belly was feeling all bubbly. So I put it back. I retched. You know when you go like that? I retched so hard.
He looks so nice.
Give me some oxtail.
No.
Some rice and peas.
It's
some
a seafood restaurant. So that's
some hard food. Some cow food. Yeah?
So let me go to this place. The active decor.
Show them where we come from. I mean, us from heritage. Yeah? So I'm about to ask Kayon to marry me. I'm very nervous. I'm shook. So please, I just had to have a nervous poo. Pray for me. Here we go.
Babe, what do you say? Wanna get married? I'm game if you're game. I'm here trying to spend my life with you. Out here on the floor. One drink turns to four. I'm ready for more. I'm here trying to spend my life with you. I do with you. I do with you. I do. I'm ready for more. I do with you. I'm here trying to spend my life with you.
That's my fiance just telling their friends.
When we got back upstairs to the hotel room, He was like, I want to get married next year, December. If you saw my eyes inside my brain, I was like, huh?
That was it. That was it.
And then that's when the pressure began.
So we put out Talk to Me. This way you're cut to Talk to Me. And then
Don't tell me what to do.
after that, after that, it was that, like, working out what the wedding costs and what it will cost to be consistent with our music in terms of finishing recording, all that kind of stuff. Like, it was very, very, very important to us to get married but not lose the business side of what we're trying to do. So we were trying to juggle both budgets, and it just wasn't doing the wedding that we wanted to do. At one point, we was looking at £25,000.
But where was we going to get that £25,000?
Where in life was we going to get that?
We started to think, okay, so because we're doing music, is there ever going to be the right time to get married? Like, when is going to be the right time? If we always use this thing, if God said, right, in 10 years you're going to make it, all your dreams are going to come true, are we going to wait 10 years to get married? No.
Hell no.
No, it doesn't make sense. So we just thought, you know what, let's get married. And at this point, we thought we were going to have a normal wedding. We thought we were going to have, you know, the church, the reception, the 200 guests.
How the tables flipped.
Little did we know. Planning the wedding.
Fam. There's not a word to describe what planning the wedding was like.
It was so stressful.
No. Okay.
Seriously, what? How many feet?
I just said it.
You underestimate how many factors go into actually having a wedding.
We booked a venue that we thought we liked. The moment you say to somebody, oh, like a venue, oh, we're looking for a venue to have a party. Oh, what's it for? A reception. Blank, 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 blank. Blank, 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 blank. They just think that we got money, money, money.
They charge you more if you want to bring in your own food. So we wanted to have Caribbean food, and it was so long.
Every single one of them.
If you want to bring your own food, it's like, well, then you have to provide this, you have to provide that, you have to provide, there's another surcharge on top if you want to. It was just getting long. And bearing in mind, we didn't have the funds for all of this anyway, but
to begin with. So then now they want to start dashing money because I want some curry going.
Started to get really frustrated with trying to find somewhere that's going to allow Caribbean food. So I was like to James, look, can we just have English food? We can have something posh. Is it everyday Caribbean? You can have that any day.
No.
So when we looked at that option, one of the venues we went to was $7,000 just for the food, and that was for our minimum amount of guests.
Which is not how we do.
We found another venue.
That we thought was it. Was that the boathouse?
Yeah, the boat.
Oh yeah.
I really liked it, but then logistically it wasn't working. Then we considered doing it in my auntie's garden in a marquee, and then it was like, okay, how are we going to get a bar in there? All the drinks, how many drinks do we need? Times it by the number. Oh.
Okay, I've got to drive home, so I need to get this stuff sorted out.
And the reason why we didn't move it is because my nan, if you know me, most important person in the world to me, and she has a memory loss. So her memory's not great at the moment.
Not important to you now.
Okay, so our actual wedding day. So we moved our date 3 times, sent maybe 4 different emails to all different people. Some people didn't get it. We always fell out with our closest friends because they didn't get emails. We ended up cutting it all the way down and just having literally like family that basically saw me straight out of the womb. And
yeah, literally immediate. This thing where you actually realise you have to cut down your guests by like 50%. This is your fault. Literally immediate.
We had a registry office wedding, and then we went to Big Easy after for dinner. Our family would come to us and came to us and was like, it was actually really, really beautiful. And then we went to Big Easy after. Which is
our favourite restaurant to
go to. Yeah, we love a bit of seafood. And I know, and there was a random band playing and they dedicated a random song to us. Right, it was very random, but at the same time,
it was perfect. It was so memorable. Really was our family was there. Like, it was just like drinks were flowing. Everybody was just having a good time. Like,
we were so happy.
Literally, I have no complaints over it. And this is what I say, like, you know, when you're planning that, you kind of feel like, oh, this is dead. after you say I do, it's levels because
go
you
in 5
feel
minutes.
you feel very elated. You feel like, okay, we done it, like we're actually married now, and all that stress that we were stressing about was so not worth it, because it wasn't worth it to be married. Do you know what I mean? We're married now. We was able to have a fantastic honeymoon and come back.
Well, our honeymoon was gifted. Let's just make that very
Yes,
clear.
very clear.
Oh, our honeymoon was...
When we go to that one,
Eventually, we
2021.
will have the wedding of our dreams. Like,
You
we
damn
will have
right.
that day. But
5 years,
don't put pressure on yourself to have that day.
it's just not worth it, man. Not
Have
worth
it when you're able to have it. Just get the legal stuff done. Call it a day.
and unite. Like, being married, like being a husband and wife, is brilliant. I actually have no complaints. Being married and being in the industry and having the goals that we have, that's the hard part, because really we're both united in terms of the house we want, the lifestyle we want to give our children in the future, the lifestyle we want to just have right now. We're both united in that.
Yeah, being married, actually just being husband and wife is great. It's great news. Like, it just feels very relaxed.
Yeah.
But it's just like completing life now.
Yeah.
Completing the
Like,
levels of life.
That's the first level of life that we completed. And I think once everything else, this is why this is so good this year, that we can be so much more consistent, and we've got loads of stuff that we're able to actually financially back this year that we weren't able to do in 2018, in 2019. Now you're married, it's like people look at it like, okay, what's next? The kids,
Do you know?
your mum.
I
No,
have something to tell you about that question. No one but asking you.
ain't no children.
It's so
here.
annoying because
What
just
about our
because we got
lives?
married, what happened? Did we cancel our membership to being able to have dreams and aspirations? Is it as soon as we get married we have to have kids, and have kids to do what with them? To give them what? Like, no. Not that.
Absolutely not.
Obviously, if it happened, if we fell pregnant, okay, cool. I'll be like, listen, God, take the reins.
'Cause at this point, in regards to the question of like what's it like being married now, one of the hardest things I suppose is that we're not living together.
Dun dun dun. I know how.
That is the
How mad is that? It is hard. Like, it really is. We don't even. We live about 45 to 50 minutes away from each other. It's not close.
Yeah.
But again, this is a sacrifice that we're making, and we don't know. God might make a way for us to be able to rent and still do our music, but if it comes at a compromise of
to our careers,
yeah, if
which
it
is,
means rent versus music's gonna win.
and I think this is it's the sacrifice. There's a
Like,
sacrifice
we've even
that
got in
comes.
awkward conversations where we've actually lied about the
Yeah.
fact that we don't live together, and it's so like, and
Why?
we look back at it and we was like, why did we do that? But it was like, because it's not normal.
And a lot of people don't understand. But then funny enough, when you do explain it to people, they're like, nah, it's so true.
Yeah.
Focus on your business. You haven't got no attachments. You
We
haven't
haven't
got
got
anything
kids.
holding you back. Literally, you've got a passport. Go and experience the world. Like, because there's no difference to them people like traveling. People that go traveling don't necessarily have moved out of their house. They just go traveling the world. So for me, I feel like, again, there's something that comes with marriage that you're meant to just follow. Oh, marriage, house, kids,
yeah.
car.
Yeah. And you don't have
Slow
to do
down,
that.
like you got to settle down. Like, more when you're married is when you more should be experiencing like the wonders that life has to bring, because you're experiencing it with the person that you're going to be with forever. Like, it's just there's no wrong or right way. It's all based
do what
on
you gotta
your
do.
circumstances. Stay prayed up, because I think that's the only thing that really kind of like, when we're really in that space, we can pray and really feel like, okay, refresh, let's go again.
We hope that you enjoyed this
Yes.
little chit chat about why we took a break from music and what life is like now and what we're doing.
And don't come with any of your judgment. Yeah, if you have any judgment, tell your parents about it. Don't come here, because we will send back for you.
No.
I'm joking.
Let's just be nice, because everyone's got their own life to lead, please.
And
And
we
there
weren't
might
even
be
gonna
so
be-
many other couples that are not doing things traditionally. Like, it's not just single people that are not doing things traditionally. Couples, there are couples that are not doing things
Because I would love to
traditionally.
meet them. I would love to
Yeah.
actually find out, like, oh, so you're doing, because we don't know anybody that is in our situation doing what we're doing. So everything that we're learning is like we're learning by ourselves as we go along. There's no like route mapped out for us. So if there is anybody else like that, hit us up. Let us know, because we'd love to talk.
Our next couple of vlogs will be good ones. We've got behind the scenes of our newest music video coming. We're so excited. So March, April is about to be so fantastic.
I don't think you understand.
We're coming.